And then you get into the next one, and that's gonna be a 15-minute time delay. And this is kind of a little out of order than it is from the section, but it's easier for me to kind of keep all of the time components together. It's easier to memorize them. But 15-minute time delay feature. And that is to avoid intermittent reestablishment. So it's intermittent reestablishment, and that's really kind of your keyword on that one. Establishment. 15 minutes. In other words, when your ATS is switched, when the utility comes back up, it's got to wait 15 minutes prior to transferring back to normal power in order to prevent the utility from dropping back out like we do frequently. So those are your time components. Then you've got two other time components. One's a 2-hour fuel requirement. So if you're using either a fuel cell or a generator or anything that's got a fuel component to it, a 2-hour fuel supply, and it's got to be on site, and it's got to be equivalent of full operation. In other words, it's got to be able to operate at its full value for a 2-hour time period with the on-site fuel storage. And the second one that's time component is your voltage system measure. At the end of an hour and a half, you have to have 87.5% of your system voltage still on, whatever battery system it is that you've got, or whatever backup system you're using.
So then again, now, so your hour and a half rule is what now?
Let's say you're using, let's say on your frog guys, they were emergency backup power. You'd have to have at 120 volts normal nominal system voltage. At the end of an hour and a half, you'd have to have 87.5% of that number still at that battery. So you'd end up with like, what was it, 105 amps, I think. Yeah, it'd be 105. Excuse me, not amps. It said amps, volts. But they don't. This is.
Yeah, that's what was catching me off. Why we're worried about the voltage, dropping the voltage, but I understand because it's a battery backup.
Yeah, yeah. This is they don't. They used to have a calculation question out there for these, but now it's just really just. If you remember the hour and a half and the 87.5%, that's good enough. And this applies whether you're in 700, 701, or anywhere that you've got any kind of backup in the battery systems, backup power. And then there's a rule that says that kind of goes with these two. It says that if you can't provide a backup system or if you have a backup system that requires more time than either one of these, you have to have a kind of a fielded type system. Let me see how they word that one for a keyword. You have to have something that will take over and provide power until your backup power can auxiliary power supply. Generator states require more than 10 seconds until power should be permitted if an auxiliary power supply energizes the emergency system until the generator can pick up the load. All right. So this is a alternate power supply, alternate backup power. And that's pretty much, if you can remember those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basic pieces there. And then if you turn to page 11, nope, excuse me, further back than that. It's 624, 625. These are quick review of what we just wrote down. On page 624 on your right-hand column, at the top that's 700.12 is your general requirements, and that second well, it's not really the second sentence, it's pretty long sentence. It's the middle part of the first sentence where it starts with emergency lighting, emergency power above. Should be available within the time required for the application, but shall not exceed 10 seconds. And so again, like we were talking about yesterday when I was kind of giving you the outline of how to highlight your book, you would highlight that whole sentence there, that second part of it, in whatever your primary color is, and then you would just go back with a not to exceed 10 seconds with a contrasting color, or underline it either way. Then down at the bottom of the page, put emergency power 10 seconds. Or backup power 10 seconds. So you're pulling that test answer out of the text and putting it down at the bottom of the page. And that's to just kind of help speed you through if you have that question. Who needs it? Okay.
Where's that right here?
Down at the bottom, I put emergency on, or just put the backup power 10 seconds. Somebody else need a calculator?
I guess I'm gonna need one, I guess mine didn't make, left on the table last.
Oh, you know what, I may have, that may, one of these may.
Well, I special mine ordered out in China.
Is he one of my good cash deals?
It's one of the,
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna read it, we're all working on the same. That's probably. Got one. Right below that is the storage battery. That's the first one of those. You'll see that's in the bottom right-hand corner. And that's your hour and a half, 87.5% on the power. And again, I put that at the bottom of page 2. So at the bottom of that one page, you'll have 10 seconds on rule and hour and a half, 87.5%. And then in your index, because you'll remember exactly where the time delay feature that prevents the normal utility power from powering on and dropping back out. You'll remember exactly where that's at. In about 2 weeks after going over a lot more stuff, other things that happen in your life. So come back here in the back of your index. They use the wording time delay and intermittent reestablishment. So the time delay feature is really the thing that kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. So I would put it under T for time delay. You could put it under emergency systems with backup power. You know, I can see that being kind of your mental process. Either way, whatever your initial reaction would be to a question like that, that's where you want to put it. And you want to put page number 624, and I put the 10 seconds along with it as well. So I just put 10S for 10 seconds. If I'm on time delay, and I say that specifically because that's really kind of the specific keyword, but emergency systems is a more general, broad topic. But if you put it under time delay on page, this would be about 624. Yeah, the 10-second time delay. Just kind of as a recap of what we were talking about yesterday with the indexing your index. Time delay, it's going to actually be somewhere around 867. So at the bottom, I've got some notes for some other ones, but I put time delay 15 minutes and put time, yeah, and the time delay is actually the I guess I did tell you that it's 625 on B1 on page 625. It's a prime mover driven, and that's your time delay feature permitted in 15 minute setting. So no, it doesn't say it. That's what I'm saying. Getting in, you're going to have to write it in, kind of right at the bottom.
50 minutes?
Yeah,
15 minutes.
15.
Fitting.
50.
Fitting.
Oh, okay. And then we talk about that.
I have the thing is that you just want to remember, don't take any test at all. Don't write any test questions down. Don't spend an hour going through practice questions if you're not writing those things down in the back of your desk. Because you can spend 2 hours studying, and then a week later go back and not remember half of where you found those the first time. It's just too hard to kind of memorize this stuff. So don't fight it. Just catalog it, right? And really, I can tell you from just years of experience that's the thing that guys mess up on more than anything else is that you can talk about a test question, you can show them where it's in the book, do examples. Just they have problems sometimes remembering where it's at in the book. So if you can capture that 2 hours by putting it in the index, then you've actually invested that time into something that have an immediate payback when it comes on the exam. Otherwise, it's just a kind of an exercise. What do they call it? Fruition. Old timer way of saying. I'm looking over there at this half of the room. I got about 600 years over here on this side all the time. All right, we're gonna get started on kind of Ohm's law. And kind of pick up where we left it behind yesterday, but I'm gonna do a quick little review on Ohm's law. If you're in your textbook, let's go back and, see your textbook?
Yeah.
You know what, let's do prints real quick, and you'll notice I've got some notes on page 34. I had a couple of sets of prints from guys that I took a look at. Remember what the print questions aren't really as a whole very difficult, so I don't spend a lot of time in class on them, but if you have a fear of prints, or if you want to spend some time looking at them during a break, I got 2 pairs up here that you can kind of go through. They're the exact ones from the exam, so just don't take any pictures of them, is what I'm going to ask. Or if you do, don't tell me about where you got them.
I remember 2 of those. One's the AIC rating on certain panel.
Was it at MDP or was it at the pot end?
I think it was the main panel.
MDP is 19.2, I think, on AIC. And did we talk about what the AIC rating was yesterday? I guess we really covered it, did we?
And then the other one was what type of meter.
Meter system.
Type of meter.
Did you put PT and CT?
Word slash.
Yeah. I think you've got, what panels are located in room 110? You can write this in if you like. It's L1. Make sure I say the right one before you write it down. It's L1C, I'm pretty sure. L1C, in the panel, in the power print, you've got another FACP panel in that room, so just be careful you're not putting the fire alarm panel down. It's not the one we're getting at.
Which one was that?
L1C.
How does it read?
It reads what panel is located in room 110.